Welcome back to another edition of This Old Doom, where we attempt to measure the viability of some classic Doom maps as potential real estate properties. Today we have map 9 from TNT Evilution, which is the first half of Final Doom. This is Stronghold. This is this is a map notorious for having many monsters, many of them with hit scan type weapons, pistols, chain guns, shotguns. I know that speedrunners have, I think, a pretty difficult time with this map, so we may as well, just being honest with you, this is going to be a challenge today. But I think we will be rewarded with some pretty cool exploration if we could just keep it together here. Here, I'm already getting shot at. And we also have barrels everywhere. So we want to get rid of those. That's going to do some cleanup for us, as well as make it a little less dangerous. I'm going to take some shots at these guys. Probably switch to my pistol here. Would like to get as many of these guys as we can before A, they shoot us, or B, before we get up there and are in close quarter contact with them, because seeing a switch up there, you know we will have to get up there at some point. There is a switch there. I'm going to wait till I save to go ahead and do that. You can see we've already killed 62 enemies. Now that's misleading because a lot of those are barrels, but regardless, that's still quite a bit. So this is Stronghold, so I'm thinking this is going to have very much a fortress vibe to it, in which case it should be a valuable property, especially when you think of potential apocalyptic implications. I think a Stronghold is a very appropriate thing to look at if you're purchasing up some real estate, commercial, industrial, or otherwise. Hit that switch there, which I'm sure is going to do something on the other side, so we can go ahead and go back up this elevator and around to side. Maybe not. What I'm trying to do is open up this door over here. So it looks like maybe there's nothing for us to really do in this section. Interesting. I guess we just have to go through that door, so let's do that. Gonna say we're already getting ambushed. There's a lot of other people interested in this property, or perhaps these are former residents. Either way, definitely want to be careful here, because we cannot really if we're in the line of sight of one of these many bullet wielding enemies, there's not much we can do to avoid their attack. It's just kind of aimed at us, and not much we can do about it. And of course, we're out of regular bullets. Right on cue. Go ahead and open this door up. I want to make sure there's nothing over here for us to open. We did pick up some health, so we do love that. Trying to conserve ammunition and health, but we're failing at that pretty bad, actually. So I think those guys can see us, but I think that's like basically like glass, or the Doom engine equivalent of such. So they should not be able to shoot us. These guys can shoot us, so we need to be careful. And I know in this room, I have played this map before. It's been a minute. You have to watch out for things like this. And then, of course, we just take a point-blank shot anyway, because we don't know how to aim. Fantastic. And another point-blank shot. That's great. I'm glad we saved here. Let's try this again. Okay, that's a little bit more agreeable of an outcome. Little hidden closet area. There's 11 secrets here, which is quite a bit. I think I do want to go up there, but I'd like to clear out some of the riffraff in here first. Oh my. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I hear teleporting. I hear enemies coming in and out of the area. Very frustrating, of course. Alright. Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna have to give ourselves a little bit of health here. I think just to kind of make it through here in one piece. About to just put on God mode for realsies here for a second. While we get through this. Again, this is a notorious level for speedrunners. Speedrunners, of course, do not have the ability to use cheat codes and other things like we're doing. Mods. So, then again, I'm not above it because my goal for the series is a little bit different than someone maybe speedrunning the game. So, since we have a lack of ammo and enemies everywhere, you're probably going to be seeing me do this more and more frequently on Final Doom than I have on maybe other WODs, just because of how difficult, especially these early levels are, with the just giant troves of monsters coming at you. We have kind of a storage area back here, giving warehouse vibes for sure, but not too cluttered. There is a switch up there. Wow, I sniped that guy. I think we need to go up. Where was actually, I actually don't know what that switch does, so let's be careful there. We're gonna go up this way. That's a secret, huh? Okay. So how does this go up? I wonder if there's a button or something we can press there. If I were to. It's not going to be that switch. Heard something. Don't know. We don't know how to get up there, and we're not going to spend time looking right now. We have other things to explore. Actually, hold on. Is this it? Is this... We hit this thing, and then... Open up that one area, because if so, it's going to be, like, impossible to get up to. I don't know, we got it. That's all that matters. Let's continue on. So we went up the left side here, and we were greeted with this little area. We have the red key switch. I'm not going to hit that just yet, even though we do have the red key, because I want to take care of some more monsters if I can. This looks like it could be a secret. That's perfect. Loving that right now for us. Down here, that just kind of snakes back around. What goes down this area? That is the little window from that section. Now, we still have the window over here, which is probably behind this door. And then we have a couple of those, which that's going to lower the glass, actually. Very nice. Okay, so we should be able to get out of there. Oh, hello. Wow, that really lowers you down there. I would like to turn God mode off as well, so I think once I establish a presence down here and do a save, I think we'll do that, at least for the time being. It's like there's more enemies afoot, so we do want to be careful there. Well, we've got about half of them taken care of, so that's good. Alright, so we just lowered some, or raised some steps. And I hear something else being lowered or raised as well. Oh my goodness. Alright, we have 2 bullets, so definitely got to be careful. We have no bullets. God mode is going back on. Because I am not going to be able to fend through all of these different guests on the property without some kind of... Oh, I see. That goes there. I'm sure we have to open that somehow. Let's go ahead and hit this red switch that we passed on earlier. That's probably going to open something up, and I'm wondering if it's going to be down here. It is. And then we can see that room beyond us we'll have to take care of. We obviously need a blue key for this set of doors. Again, still waiting on bullets to show up because we've disabled enemy drops. Those have been few and far between. A good plasma weapon would also be nice. I would even take a rocket launcher at this point. Who knows? That takes care of all of those guys. And now we can see another storage area. This one is different. Very hard to get momentum to go up here without having a bullet of some sort. At least now we have... I was going to say, at least now we have some berserk power. The little area here that connects the two storage areas, so that's a nice touch. We'll see what we need to do with that. I'm not quite sure yet. You need to figure out how to get up here to grab the blue key. I'm guessing it has something to do with this door here. You can see one of these walls potentially holding a secret, so we want to look at the map and see if there's anything suspicious. It looks like that does something, but it may be triggered by opening another door, like so. Yep, and now they're all open, of course. So, this is like one of those areas, I think they're big in, like Japan, where you can rent out, like, little cubbies, like little nooks to, instead of hotels, like a microtel. Like a mini hotel. Like it's just like a pod. That's what this kind of reminds me of here in the Stronghold. Or possibly it's like, you know, storage for long-term habitation. Like weapons, stockpiling, you know, food, things like that. Could be that as well. We found another secret. We do have weapons now. I'm still not comfortable where I want to necessarily turn God mode off yet, even though I feel like I should. Let me do a save and then we'll turn it off just to make sure we're at least giving ourselves some kind of challenge here. We've already made this game theoretically very easy on ourselves, so let's maybe not try to make it pointless. Still quite a bit of exploration to do. We do have the blue key now, so I think our next order of business should be unlocking that blue door, which I believe is back this way. Keeping an eye out for items or maybe suspicious areas. Wow, that did not do what I thought it was going to. I have not seen any monster in this map stronger than a demon. I've seen exactly one demon. Pretty much everything has been hit scan enemies with some imps sprinkled in, and I think we've seen one pinky demon so far, which could have been a specter. That's one thing that I kind of forget to talk about, is I've actually disabled the invisibility that some of the pink demons have that make them specters, just because I like to be able to see what I'm shooting at, so that was one of the quality of life changes I made with this mod, just to make things easier for me. And one thing I do see, let's go back here. Now that we have the computer map and can kind of see a lot of different stuff, I think it's worth investigating this area one more time, because it looks like there should be something right there that can open. I'm not sure how we do it. Maybe it's something we have to do over here. I don't know. I thought maybe there would be another switch. There's some way to get over there and raise or lower that. We just have to figure out what that is. We'll come back for that. There's still many things to explore. So we got red key, blue key. Back here, I was trying to open the blue door. We also have this door. I was going to say, we did not go in here yet. And it looks like there's quite a bit of activity happening. Gotta love it when the barrels take care of everything. Let's be careful here so we don't fall into the green goo immediately. There's a secret. Love to see it. Check around this area as well. It's like just that area. Maybe back here. Something. And we opened up something as well on the side. Wow. So this doesn't look to be a secret, but... So I don't want to die here. This is not going to be where everything ends for us. Okay, so kind of a control area. This is very reminiscent of some kind of Death Star-like room. Very Star Wars reminiscent. I feel like I'm breaking into the Death Star to do a rescue here. And these look like they could be teleporters, so I want to be careful around them. One of them is flashing, the other isn't. Looks like this one takes us up here. Very nice. Grab everything. Just make sure we're not missing anything. Where does the other one take us? I have a feeling I know where it might. Oh, okay. It just takes us back to this. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. This is that opening part of the level. And I was like, how do we get in here? We found out how. Just like that. Very easy. And we've got 9 of our 11 secrets. 15 minutes in. I think that's a pretty good trade. Let's continue on in this portion of the map. Blue door. We're going to descend the steps. And it looks like I'm going to assume that's just a nice employee break room. Let's shoot a rocket in there. From a distance, of course. Do a little save. We don't have any weapons, really. Yeah, there's drinks and everything laying out. That's cool. Just got to make sure we're very careful here. I see enemies up there. I'm going to try to pick them off. With what precious bullets we have. At least the ones that are an immediate danger. Look at all these tables. This could also be possibly a workbench. It looks like some sacrifices were being made here. Based on the candles and some of the other imagery. Shoot that. Try to get some of these imps that are remaining up here. Yeah, you know, we don't want to keep those guys alive for too long. Alright, let's look in here for secrets. We're still missing a couple. And I think this could easily be one. I guess not. Just checking around. Does look like there's one over here. I forgot we have the map, so yeah. Let's do a save. Another secret. One more to go. I guess the exit is close by. Okay, so there's no enemies left. Wow, that's great for us. Okay. Now all that's left to do is find our last 4 items and our final secret. So, let's investigate. I see a prime candidate for where all that could be. Just by looking at the map as we exit the surgery area here. and go back around to this section. How this is not a secret is completely beyond me. But I guess it's not one. So our search continues. I'm unsure what else we could have possibly missed here. I do see a little potential area around the side in that first storage room that we went to. Yes, there was a switch up here that we never ended up hitting. I think we kind of sequence broke this. Yeah, to create these steps here. So that's not it either. Where is that? So, okay. Oh, I see another potential area. Let's go back up and around. It looks like maybe it's more of a pathway for monsters to go. So let's turn on the no clip. See if we can figure it out. It's obviously not there. Oh, here's a couple items up here. Very, very likely to be our candidate. So let's see if we can figure out how this works. There's a couple items on that side. Did hit a switch there earlier, which did nothing for us. I guess maybe if we're up here, we could just jump over there. I don't think this is going to be the secret either, but it's a couple of our items. So let's see if it triggers anything. Oh. I'm a dumbass. Got a little too greedy with that jump. Okay. For whatever reason, I would get on it, and then I just keep falling off because I'm an idiot. So let's carefully climb up to the top. I'm also crouching for some reason. That is not our final secret, so the search continues on. Other areas that it could be, let's check in here. I was going to say, I don't think getting up on this desk is of any consequence. We kind of explored this area a couple times. Everything that looks like it could be a secret is already filled in. So, I mean, the computer map shows us everything. Wait, hold on. Something. It was something. It was getting up on this desk. Okay. Well, what is that? There's no items, though. Problem. We're missing 2 of them. So let's look for 2 more items that we obviously did not locate the first time. Keeping in mind that they're probably, well, hopefully not there. Probably somewhere that we missed very easily. The problem is there's a lot of corpses on this map, so could be a problem. Looks like there's a room of teleporters there. It's kind of cool to see some of this like backroom stuff they had for the monsters. Like there's this thing, who knows what it does. It does something. Okay. Check all of the little areas down here. Finish this section as well. Could be something in the storage room, maybe behind a box. Is anything here? We're only missing 1 item, actually. Guess I should be a little bit more inclusive in this search. What about anything in the corners here? Oh, there we go. We stranded a helmet. Our final item. Conveniently right next to the exit. So Stronghold coming in at 2.42 million. I think that's a pretty fair price. Definitely a lot you could do with this. Obviously, the extent of monsters and barrels we cleared out leads me to believe that this area is hazardous in the surrounding vicinity, and that maybe the neighbors aren't too friendly. But overall, pretty cool. I think the maps will become a little bit easier to navigate after this, but famous last words, right? Here's my famous last words. Please subscribe immediately. See you next time.